I'm Gregory Pavlidis with Professorit.com, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about two separate and unique cash accumulation vehicles offered by life insurance companies. This is for informational and educational purposes only, and it is not to be considered specific financial advice in any way related to any individual person. 1. The fixed indexed annuity. Protection of gain with guarantee against loss. If you like the idea of the upside potential of the stock market, but you fear the downside risk, a vehicle which may be the answer for you is an FIA, otherwise known as a fixed indexed annuity. Now, what is this? It's a type of annuity, and an annuity is just a savings vehicle with an insurance company, just like a CD, or certificate of deposit, is a savings vehicle with a bank. A fixed indexed annuity is an annuity which links your gains to the upside potential of the stock market while eliminating the downside risk because you're not actually in the market. This is not the time or the place to help any of you, sorry, to thoroughly attempt and understand the intricacies of the stock market and its management, fee structuring, etc. I'm going to assume you, the audience, has at least a basic knowledge of all of that, and my focus here is limited to explaining these very special vehicles. Details of the fixed indexed annuity. Though they come in many different shapes and sizes, here I will briefly cover some very key facts that pertain to all of them. 1. Your entire principal earns interest because there are no fees. 2. When the market goes up, you share in the gain, and yes, there is a cap. 3. When the market goes down, you remain the same. Like any long-term investment vehicle, financial vehicle, there is a surrender charge if cashed out before the end of the contract, of course. Now here's an example. If you invested $100,000 in the stock market, and in general it gained 10%, your total new principal plus interest would be, what, $110,000. And typically, if the stock market lost 10% on the next cycle, your new total principal plus interest would be $99,000. In other words, you would have also lost 10%. Let's reflect for a moment on how devastating the actual losses were the last year for many people, losing up to 50% of their entire life savings. Not so with the fixed indexed annuity. No one with a fixed indexed annuity lost a dime. How and why? The use of stock options makes this possible. The insurance company sets aside only a small portion of every dollar placed in the FIA to buy stock options, which are typically linked to the S&P 500, or it may be linked to other indices as well. The insurance company watches the activity of the stock options, watches the market, and if at the end of the cycle the stock goes up, they buy it, lay out the cash, right? If it goes down, they walk away from that and absorb any losses, not charging you, the client, for those losses. The incentive for the insurance company to do business this way is by contractually setting a cap, which I mentioned earlier, with you on the percentage of gain which you, the client, can receive. Example again. If the percentage of gain in a cycle were to be, say, 20%, but the established contractual cap set by the insurance company with you, the customer, is 7%, you receive the benefit of the 7%. The insurance company, for taking all the risks on your behalf, receives the 13%. So, gambler versus conservative investor. Which are you? The mathematics of losing versus not losing. To further illustrate the impact of losing versus not losing, let's assume you have $100,000 and the market goes down 25%. How much do you need to get back to 100,000? Most people say 25%, right? No, it is 33%, because 33% of 75,000, the amount you are left with after the 25% loss, is 100,000. Now, what if the market goes down 50%? What do you need to get back to $100,000? Right, 100%. Have we seen the market go down by 50%? Of course, many times. Have we ever seen it go up by 100%? Right, never. This is Gregory Pavlidis for Professor.com.